Hello and welcome back to my next video. This one is my top 5 worst army camouflage designs. Here we can see you have the French wearing blue and the British wearing red. This was used to denote which country each soldier was from. Moving along from that into the First World War, we have French troops that carried on using their blue coloured scheme. The British, on the other hand, moved along and was using khaki as their main camouflage. Skipping forward again to the Second World War, the British started to use better camouflage schemes which denoted 2 different colours. Moving on from there, you've got Germany in World War II as well, that also decided to change their camouflage patterns to the terrain that they was in. As time went on, there's been lots of different transformations in uniforms, but still, as they got better, some countries still hasn't learnt. So guys, number 5 on my list is the Oman Army. Now, as you can see from this, the only reason why I've put it on here as number 5 is the fact that their uniform is pink. It runs along the same kind of camouflage scheme as the old British DPM, which is obviously green, except they've changed the colour. Now, I can't really say a lot about pink because the SAS in the Second World War did used to use jeeps. So pink obviously does work in the desert. It works a little bit better than other camouflages, such as obviously you see this American one, and believe it or not, that will come up later on in my list. So number 4 on my list is the Australian Desert Ozcam or Jelly Bean camouflage. Now basically this is down to personal preference to why I put this at number 4. We had a comedian that come in whilst I was in Afghanistan, and he was absolutely ripping the mickey out of the Australians because he said that they looked like clowns. And ever since then I've looked at the uniform and I just think, yeah, clowns. So as we can see here, you've got one of the lads that's basically like, what the heck is this? It makes us look like clowns. And then you've got an officer saying, what the hell is this? It makes us look like clowns. And then you've got an American that pretty much is saying, you guys look like clowns. Now, don't get me wrong, it does work out pretty well when you're in the open desert, but every time I look at them, I just think clowns. So number 3 on the list is the Belgian Jigsaw camo. Now this particular camo is a mustard yellow colour, a cyan blue and a pinkish red. Now I believe that this is the only country that uses this uniform, and from what I can see it might work in their own country, but it doesn't particularly work very well anywhere else. As you can see here, here's some snipers with ghillie suits on. Now I thought they would have chose a different camo because although the ghillie suit makes them blend into their countryside and stuff, the rest of the uniform just doesn't really make it look that great. On top of that, I think in the mountains and stuff like that it probably would work, but the only other place I can see it looking good is in front of a bookstore. So we've got the American ACU at number 2. Now this grey uniform was designed to be one of the first multi-terrain patterned uniforms. I have no idea why they chose grey because it just doesn't work. You can see here in this picture you've got somebody out in the plains, which basically grey sticks out. In the desert, here you go, is that guy again, he's sticking out like a sore thumb. In the greenery, once again, grey doesn't work. Move along to autumn time, still grey sticks out like a sore thumb. It works pretty well in the city kind of scenario. You can see the Ukrainians here, they decided to use their green uniform. That works pretty well, but the grey just doesn't. Some people say that the enemy just die in disgust when they look at the uniform. The only place where I can really see this working is on Grandma's couch. Taking the number 1 spot, I've chosen the Yemen Police Force. Now this uniform is a yellow coloured uniform with brown splodges on. I don't really feel that it works very well in the desert, and I don't feel that it works well in an urban environment. Just looking at it at the moment, it basically tells me that they look like giraffes. Now this uniform looks a bit funny, and the most funniest thing about it is the police force actually used green camouflage on their faces, which makes no sense in the desert either. Now the best thing about this uniform is they've obviously splashed out on money, because not only have they given them uniforms, but they've also done their boots a yellow colour as well. So there you have it, that's my top 5 worst military uniforms. If you can think of any others, then please comment below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.